everybody, and welcome back to Days Gone. I've been running late, so I've hardly even been on Discord. The shower finally gave up the ghost today. It's just completely locked out in super boiling hot water mode. I suppose on the positive note, we've got hot water, right? But yeah, so I just been spending the morning Googling. Well, I've not been in that long, but Googling Aqualisa. I couldn't even get the bloody like the shower head off, or not the shower. It's the wrong thing to call it, isn't it? The I don't know what you call it. The rotating part that turns it on and off. I was trying to prise like the badge off the front, but it's not one of those. You just pop it off. I've managed to get that far, so phase 1 complete. I've managed to pop the front off it, but after that, who knows? I'm no plumber, mate. You alright, Dax? How you doing? Good morning, Vardomian. Good morning, Valiant. Good morning, Hashi. So yes, it's That's the weekend doing some DIY plumbing by the looks of it. The thing must be years old though, because I mean this house is really, really old, and that shower's been in there for God knows how long. So I doubt I'll be able to get the same parts for it, but I'll look into it. It'd be nice if I could pick up some like second-hand parts or something. Like I mean, I'm hoping like if I can just strip it out and nothing's actually broken, I can just like it might just be lime scale. There's a really bad lime scale here, but it's old. Do whatever you want, mate.
Hey, Blair.
Whenever you want, sir. C8 rifle, 7420. Now we'll
okay.
What time is it? 4:42. Should we go and do that nest? Oh, you know what? Oh my god! Look at all those missions. I want to do this in the Nero camp. This has to go down today. It has to. Yeah, don't worry about it, Valiant.
See ya.
If you want to go for it, mate, you go for it, bro. You go for it, sir. Good morning, Nidbane. Good morning, Kritauk. How you doing, Kritauk? How's things, my good friend, sir? What are you playing at the minute, Kritauk? You got your head buried in anything? I didn't get much of a chance to do anything before I went out yesterday, so... oh, have I just run out of gas? Shit, I did. I just ran out of gas. That's it. We'll fill up in here. Sorry, Deacon. I bet to find out now than in sort of like half a kilometre, right? God damn it. Couldn't even think to check. Where is the mechanic? Mechanic is over there, right? You bloody knobber. That's a bad sign for the start of the day, isn't it? Systems check. Ammo check.
Thought of the day, fear not the freak, for they are the enemy of the faithful.
Oh, I like the sound of that, mate.
I got you covered.
That sounds a bit of Warhammer-esque, sir. Thank you very much, Valiant, and thank you very, very much for the 14 months, Valiant. Thanks ever so much. Jesus Christ, have you been around that long, dude? It doesn't, I don't know, does it seem that long or does it seem longer? I'm not sure, actually. Thank you very much, Valiant. Seriously, bro. Thanks ever so much, mate. What do they do with my bloody bike? Hey! That's quite cool, actually. If you refuel, it does actually move the bike over there. That you're having to. Oh, Ricky Patel's got a job for us as well. Let's go and do this first. Let's not forget that one. Hopefully that shows on the map. Thanks ever so much, Valiant. Seriously, bro. Thank you for the 14-month resub, sir. Good morning, Christopher. How are you doing, mate?
Hey, hold on.
Good morning, Yeti. You're up bright and early today, Yeti. How's your Days Gone travels treating you, mate? We go nice and slow because we've got a bit of time. We'll wait until it's a little bit more sun's over the mountains, and then we're going to go into that Nero camp. We did all right last time. I just offed it with the residue bolt, didn't I? That big blue flashing thing. That's about the only thing I spot on the radar is the big blue flashy question mark.
Deke, you there? I got out of the infirmary today, man.
Eddie said she'd heard enough of my whining to last her a lifetime.
Sounds like Addie. How's the arm?
You know, it's about 50% there.
Ah, that's what he did there.
Seriously, though, it's like I can still feel my right hand, you know?
I think they call that phantom pain.
Yeah, that's what Eddie said. It sucks. You know, like, after a long ride, your hand gets gummed up.
It is, isn't it? Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Anyway, I gotta get going.
Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone?
Skill's got me
Where's
on
it
farm
gone?
duty. Gotta see if I can pay off these damn pain meds that Addie has me on. Later.
Later.
There's something wrong with this gun. There's no way that is missing, and I'm not seeing the hit indicator. Do you see what I mean? You see what I was saying about yesterday?
There we go. Yep.
I swear this thing is missing. I swear it is, mate. I think we go back and get the assault rifle. I think there's something about this gun that I am not aware of. I think what happens is if you take the shot and then you wait a ridiculous, in terms of combat, amount of time for the reticule to shrink back down. It's almost like, I think what's happening is I'm used to it feeling like it does in the Division. So, for example, in the Division, where the reticule is, you see how it shrinks? It's almost as if this thing will go... It doesn't necessarily say it's going within the confines of the reticule. In other words, it's got a large area going to a small area. I think unless it's there, it'll go bleeding anywhere. Because those shots, I've never done it before in the history of a game, I don't think, on stream. But I am so tempted to go and watch the footage of that back myself now. Just to see if I'm right about that, because that shot on that wall then, that looked like... I mean, I know it wasn't completely shrunk down. So let's say I took it now, rather than now, when the reticule shrunk. It's weird, honestly. It's really throwing me. It's like I can't I think we go back and get the assault rifle after this. I think this gun is great. It's almost like a semi-decent... Well, it's a rifle, isn't it? So it's great for the human combatants, as we found out yesterday. But I think for general... getting attacked by wolves and things, the assault rifle is just going to be so much better. And let's be honest, at the minute, I would say one of our biggest problems are runners, which are those infected wolves. So I think we're going to need to start choosing the weapons for the job, as I said yesterday. This thing is great for getting into a human compound. But I think as a way to take down, because the runners are close.
Finish burning out this infestation zone.
I think once the runners are on you, aren't they? And they always come in threes, and I just can't help but feel an assault rifle rat-a-tat-tat. The way it's... See those crows up there? Up to the bollards overlook. I think what we'll do... Actually, look how much quieter it is than yesterday. Just because it's daytime, I guess. I come at that perfect time when they've all... he says. Where are these little cheeky chappies going? Look like they're moving with purpose, doesn't it? There's the rest of... I was going to say. Here they are. Ah, damn it, dude. Thanks, Valiant. You haven't played yet today and didn't play yesterday because of the... Oh, yeah, how did it all go, Yeti? Be very interesting to know what would happen if I was to take a silenced pot shot at that lot. Just to see what they do. You know, if you hit one, does the whole pack instantly know where you are? I'd love to do it with a sniper rifle. You know, can you actually pick them off at a significant difference with a sniper rifle? And sort of rinse, repeat, you know? So in here, we've got... It looks like it's actually deep inside the tunnel, doesn't it? Some 40k. I thought it was Warhammer related, yeah. Plague of Unbelief. There's a lot of really good lore around 40k, I must admit. I remember when White Dwarf started heavily shifting its focus from sort of general, if you like, tabletop role-playing to incredibly focused on 40k. Games Workshop put a... tell you what we'll do is we'll actually take...
Fuel. I smell
there it is. That's it there,
It's
look.
gotta be getting close. Another nest. Burn it down.
So we don't need to worry about anything down there. So if we... Shit balls.
Good night. Okay.
Is it there? It's not, is it? Or is it? Is that it just there? Look. Yeah, yes, Grum. Nice, 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 nice. And we've nearly hit the next tier on mics as well, which is about as perfect
Finished.
as we're going to get.
Should be less freaks around here now.
Good start to the day. Nest down. Yeah, I'll definitely trick them to come out.
Okay.
It's almost as if the theory about them having the, I guess the sentinels, as I'll call them, they don't necessarily just exist, do they? I could try a residue on these. The chance I'll be able to get the legit shot. Oh my god, is that... Oh shit balls. Fuck, I killed her. Oops, not quite what I meant to do, to be honest. Now that one, because he hasn't seen me, should attack the others, so... Yeah, look, that one's down to half health already. Oh, there's 3 on him. Even if he takes 1 down, that's good, because that's... He'll die as well from the actual toxicity of the bolt. See what the range is like on this thing. Go for that one first, because even if we don't get a headshot, he should go down pretty quick. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was smoke. God damn it, dude. They need to make the smoke and the rocks look a little bit different. They're very similar when you're flicking through the menu. You alright, Azzy? How you doing, mate? You alright, Santa? How's things? Oh, nice one, Yeti. So just to check up with clean bill of health, mate. Yeah, well, it's not necessarily snow all the time. It's if it has been snowing, as if they've got a really, really good weather system in this, so the snow will remain for a while, and then it will dissipate, and then if we get another blizzard, it'll settle again. It's very well done in that regard. Beautiful watching it, dude. You can actually watch it settle. Like a bloody boss, mate, I tell you. Like a bloody boss. Okay. What about you, Azzy? What you got planned for today, mate? We've got a bank holiday weekend coming up here in the UK. Ooh. I'm very suspicious about those crows. Maybe it's the crows spreading the whatever it is. I mean, that there's strong evidence supporting the fact that this is potentially a man-made contagion. Wonder if it's got out of control and the crows are somehow part of what's causing it to escalate in terms of its geographic reach, perhaps.
Can use this.
Doesn't look like it must be a legit Nero site, right? Yeah, it must be, because I can see the loudspeakers. It's one of the ones that requires the using everything, isn't it?
Oh, God damn it. Fuse blown.
Have a look in the nest. Yeah, I'm the same at the minute, Azzy. I was just saying I didn't. Recently I've been trying to get into a bit of a pattern in the morning, so I can jump on, have a bit of read of the old gaming news, and say hello to everybody.
Feels, yes.
Say hello to everybody on Discord and all the rest of it. My shower finally packed up this morning, dude. So girlfriend was in a bit of a tiz, so she's had to get the old jug of water over the head in the bath. So. Yeah, nothing ever seems to quite work out consistently these days, does it, Azzy? It's like even with the best laid plans, and I'm quite an organised person, but even with my organisational skills and everything, but there never seems to be enough time to actually consistently make things happen. Like you might get a couple of days here and there where everything goes, you know, like clockwork, and then before you know it, something as simple as a shower that just ceases functioning, and everything just, you know, the whole deck of cards crumbles, doesn't it? I've got some stuff I needed to do after the stream today, sort of personal stuff I need to get, and that's out of the window because I'll probably spend most of it googling this stupid shower attachment. There's one thing I'm not particularly great with, and that is plumbing. Plumbing is one of those things that in theory, it's not exactly rocket science, but I tell you what, the amount of things that can go bloody wrong where high pressure water's involved, Jesus. Oh, I know what's going on. I've just clicked it. So you've got the car in the shop for 2 weeks. You've got a dentist appointment at noon. And more cash gone there. Yeah, true, very true. And that's the other thing, isn't it? Everything, it's not just time. No matter what you do, it's also going to cost you money. It's like me trying to fix the shower, mate. I'll give it a go. You know, I might get to the point where I think, oh, you know, I might be able to find a replacement part, and I'll be second guessing what that part is. But, you know, so I'll, you know, probably go on eBay or some Screwfix website or something, order it, get it in. find out it doesn't fit, or that wasn't the problem, so that's a bit of money spent and a bit more time spent, and then before you know it, you've got to get a plumber in, and he's not going to take any note out of 150 quid before he even turns up at the bloody door, mate. It's a funny old world, mate. A funny old world. I was saying yesterday, we all need to go back to just waking up in the morning and going tending our crops on our allotments or back gardens or shells. little potato farm in a car tyre, mate. That's all you need to worry about. Are your potatoes growing? So the generator's there. The fuel. Yeah, the fuel. What, can I open this from this side?
Guess not.
The fuel was actually just inside, well, just near the tunnel area, wasn't it? Yeah, I love the crunchy snow. Definitely not going to let me in.
Power's off. Figures.
I have a horrible feeling I'm going to have to drop down and go round. Going round that way, aren't we? I feel like these Nero sites. We should all shave our balls and just relax and enjoy the moment. We all know that will never happen. What do you mean, shaving your balls? You should shave your balls at least once a week, mate. No one likes hairy balls, has he? You need your house. I have 3.5 baths, plenty of place. Oh, freaking hell, I wish I had, mate. I wish I had. The girlfriend was not happy this morning, mate. Not happy at all. Not happy. As if it's like my fucking fault, you know what I mean? I didn't break the fucking shower. Did I see the gas can here, or did I see it? When did I see the gas can? Check this out. Oh, there's another way in. Ooh. Definitely one of those games where you could play it for a long time and think, yeah, you know what? I think I've done most of it. And then have someone say, did you see this bit? Or did you see that bit? Or did you know about that? I'm not talking about like little areas like that. It's sounds like you probably haven't seen as much as you think you've seen. Definitely seems to be saying there was something in there, didn't it? I can see the box there, but oh, it's because its nails maxed out. That's fine. Right, let's go and get the gas then. I think it was around the back of this tent, wasn't it? Because it's as we came in. Tucked right up, wasn't it? Oh no! Oh no! I used the gas to blow up the bloody. Oh shit balls! Oh, we've got a problem. Oh, that's why we should never use gas to blow up the. Oh, I've made a terrible mistake. That means I need to transport gas all the way. Oh my god, how the hell am I going to do that? See if there's anywhere else where there could be some gas. We can go and have a look in that little spot down there. Oh no! I was getting all clever as well, thinking conservation of our Molotovs and general boom boom paraphernalia. And lo and behold, I've just paid a terrible price for that, haven't I? Yeah. I love this crispy snow. Detail to that, that's gorgeous. And the good old days, we used to flip a car in a video game and the undercarriage was like literally just like a black plate or something. But you'd be really impressed if they'd like drawn something on the bottom of it. I did juggle, yeah, I did juggle. Yeah, no, you're right, mate. It's a pop the nest. You're right, Nick. How you doing? I don't fast travel quickly. Never fast travel in video games unless it's something like The Division, I suppose, where it would involve other people waiting for me. Well, not in open world games anyway. I think I miss out on way too much if you fast travel. Do you reckon I've got a kill shot that way? You are Super Zoo. How are you, mate? Super Zoo! Not seeing any obvious signs of fuel down there, but
Come on, come on, come on.
bit of fresh meat. See, that would be awesome. Imagine a game like this where it was this huge big open world, a little bit like State of Decay, but you know, you were having to live off the land as well. Maybe a sort of lightly cooperative game. If we'll ever see anything like that. The AAA world seems... It's interesting, isn't it? It's something that I don't know if I've ever really had any lengthy conversation about, but the indie world, and when I say indie, I'm not trying to tar all developers with the same brush, but a large proportion of, I guess, the games I look at in the indie world, there seems to be a whole plethora of what I would call survival games. Now, we've had many a discussion around how I feel that that isn't a term that we should really use. I think there's very few actual survival games out there, to be honest. Things like The Long Dark, perhaps, which I haven't even played, so it's interesting that I even add that to the list. But that to me sounds like a very you have to survive game. Another one was Subsistence, where you have to, you know, the literal. Your character will die if it just stands there, in other words. In other words, your character has to actively do something in order to survive. And by that I mean, you know, typically, what do you need to survive? Well, you need food, and you need water, general sustenance, and shelter. Beyond that, every other game could be called a survival game, because you're surviving against whatever hostilities the game throws you at in order to maintain a gameplay mechanic, whether it be zombies or aliens, etc. But if we broadly use that term survival game to mean some kind of semi-open world, having to do things, you know, scavenge, find things, craft things, build things. Now that's what I think a lot of people, for some reason, define as a survival game. And that seems to be firmly in the hands of smaller developers, whether it be single person teams or, you know, teams of 10, 20, 30. And Steam's full of potential survival games in a whole multitude of genres, whether it be zombies, aliens, etc., as I say. And then you've got the PvP elements of that, you know, with games like Rust, for example, and Miscreated. But AAA, my point being, AAA, if we want to use that as a description as well. But the bigger developers seem to shun away from anything survival related. Can't really think of many games that are of that larger production value, or let's say budget, which have the scope for building and crafting and, as I say, general survival. You know, it's Ark is about as big as we've seen, but let's be honest, Wildcard really were a kind of unknown at the time. I mean, yes, they've done stuff, but you got Minecraft, you know, you can't really count that. Minecraft was started by just one person, you know, and it became one of the biggest, well, if not the greatest selling game behind Tetris, I do believe. I don't seem to see like EA or Ubisoft or Sony, for example, making... I mean, this is as close as we've probably got in the Sony camp, and Xbox has got State of Decay. Whereas if you were to go onto Steam and look at similar games, I mean, obviously they're going to be nowhere near the quality and scope of something like this, but I wonder why that is. I wonder why one of the AAAs hasn't gone full out on it. Maybe it is because it actually, when you think about it, it is actually quite a boring style of gameplay, isn't it? You know, it's your average gamer. Would your average gamer rather go and pick up Rage 2, which is, you know, guns and booms and explosions and manic mayhem, driving around, flying around, kicking people off cliffs, boom, boom, pew. Or would they rather sit in a 7 days mine, hitting a rock face with shitty textures for 3 hours in order to make 4 rounds of ammo? I can sort of get it. I'm not saying I don't understand it, but it is interesting how so many of us are drawn, myself included, to games that actually, technically, don't really fucking do a lot. But we are, aren't we? We are very much drawn towards those sorts of games. I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean, Jesus Christ, if I was to show some of the people some of the things I've done in 7 days, such as digging a hole, they would look at me as if I had gone absolutely batshit crazy. Say, like, what are you doing, mate? I need to mine this tunnel. Right, okay. And what are we doing this for? I need to get some nitrate. Okay, like, how long do you have to do this for? Well, I want to get about 3,000 nitrates. So we're probably going to be down here for about an hour to 2 hours. What, you're just going to hit that rock for 2 hours? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. They would find that so incomprehensible. So bewildering. So just completely... Just there has to be something wrong with me in order for me to find any enjoyment out of that. And I really mean that. They would look at me like I was, you know, are you okay? Have you fallen off, you know, a bike or anything recently? Have you taken any blows to the head? You need to see a doctor. But it's the kind of thing that I guess it's the thought of working towards it to make that firing of the gun even more satisfying, you know, because I've had to work at making the ammo. You know, that ammo counts because I've had to work hard to make it, you see. But trying to explain that gameplay loop to somebody who isn't into that kind of rewarding style, you know, they just want to click a box and get ammo, you know. I don't want to have to, like, mine the components and then fabricate the shells and
scrap.
It's incomprehensible to some people, isn't it? But it still makes me wonder if the indie scene is so insanely popular, and let's be honest, it must be pretty popular. I mean, some of these games that class themselves as survival games, so you know, they really do sell well on Steam. I wonder why none of the AAAs have decided to go roughly down that route. Or more importantly, if they are... Oh, Jesus! Balls! Good God, sir. Good God. I came for fuel, and let me drink my coffee because we're getting nowhere here. Oh, you're all right, are you, Super Z? Good bit of while, busy with the kids, work, and that strange thing called real life. Yeah, it's always there lurking, isn't it, Super Z? You started Red Dead Redemption 2 on the PlayStation 4 Pro finally. Oh, nice one, dude. Nice one. Yeah, it's the place to play it if you haven't got the X, I suppose. But yeah, absolutely, mate. It's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful game, Super Z. There are a lot of similarities between this and Red Dead Redemption, actually, Super Z. A hell of a lot. Certainly see where... I suppose it's easy to say that because this came out after Red Dead, how maybe they took inspiration from. But you think about it, this was firmly in development. I mean, this has been in development for a long time. So it's not like they suddenly rebuilt the game. And we saw this kind of footage a long time ago. So it's interesting that both Rockstar and Ben Studios had very similar ideas about how to create, you know, these wonderful open worlds. It's hats off to both of them, quite frankly. Well, there was no fuel. Shit. No fuel at all, guys. Make another one of those so we maxed out on that. What about if we walk back up now, like Juggalo says, maybe the fuel does respawn. Just travel over to there first. See if there's anything at that small camp area. That's it, Lupus. Good on mining in 7 days. It's like I said, you know, I can see it from both sides. You know, I guess for some people, it's about the amount of time they get to spend the game, and it really does come down to that. Which is why I understand what Joel from you know, Mad Mole was saying about how some of the things that some of the hardcore players talk about when they comment about the game being simplified and all the rest of it. And I get both sides. You know, to be fair on that one. I guess I understand what Joel is saying. You know, a lot of people that play 7 days, and I'm sure a lot of people in chat, if they're around, or certainly, you know, some of the community here, if we were to do a poll, when they do play 7 days, they probably play it quite a lot. You know, they probably have the ability to spend a fair bit of time in the game. Now, I know a lot of people that only get, you know, at best, probably, and even that, they're chuffed to bits to have it, you know, 4 to 5 hours at a weekend to play a video game. And to them, they are fucked if they're going to sit there hitting a wall for 2-3 hours of that 4 or 5 hours of game time they get per week, you know. I get it, you know, different games for different folks, but it's interesting how hard it is to explain to somebody why it feels rewarding. To do that kind of monotonous stuff in order to have the fun stuff, isn't it? A lot of people just aren't going to get that. I think you're right, Seabass. I think that's a really, really good observation, that is, mate. Yeah, I think there's a direct correlation. I think as a smaller indie developer, you are probably trying to reach a fairly specific group of players, and if you can fall within the confines of something that is generally accepted to be adequate on Steam in the survival genre, you've got a good chance of selling a copy. You know, if you come in at the right price point with a reasonable game, there is a voracious appetite on Steam for those early access survival games, especially within you know, the smaller streamer community as well, which will always, you've only got to get a couple of them on board to stream it, and you're guaranteed for every person streaming it, you're probably going to sell at least 1 extra copy. You know, so someone's going to be talking about it, gushing over it, and really enjoying it, and rightly so. But yes, as those budgets escalate, as you start talking about 100 people working on a team, and you're just trying to pay salaries, and then you start looking into mass advertising costs and things, then yes, by sheer necessity, the budget of the game has exploded, and therefore you have to increase the potential audience that are going to pick up the game. And I think you've nailed it there, Siva. I think that's a very astute observation about how this all works. And as you quite rightly say, the survival genre, or I guess as I'm saying, the survival genre is fairly niche. We might think it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but the majority of people couldn't give a toss. Yeah, if I was to look at my circle of close family friends, you know, survival is something that they don't mind to a degree. And to be honest, 7 days was about as close as they ever got to getting into a survival game. But let's be honest. You know, you plant a potato on week 1 and that's it. You don't need to worry about food, do you? It's not. This is why I was saying, you know, we have to be careful about what we call survival. I think there is I think there are games out there that truly deserve to be called survival games, and the rest tend to be more, you know, crafting, scavenging games. Well, we didn't find any fuel, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back up the road, see if anything, see if that maybe the game's got a built-in fail-safe fuel for things like Nero's. Oh Jesus balls! That just took 8 scrap metal to repair that. Are you having a laugh, mate? Are you actually having a straight up bloody chortle? Bloody hell. 8 Jesus balls. That's shocking, mate. You know what? It's night time now as well, isn't it? Look how popular RuneScape is. Consists mostly of picking something repaired. I think there's a difference there, though, isn't the Seabass? I think the point with RuneScape is it's there's a psychology behind it. I think the same with anything that's kind of MMO based. To be honest, mate, if I hadn't been playing other games at the time, RuneScape probably would have been something I'd have invested heavily into. I did actually give RuneScape a go, but it was because I was so heavily invested in, I can't remember what it was at the time when I tried it, but probably World of Warcraft. So as much as I was hearing, you know, RuneScape, and you know, it's a bit crap compared to World of Warcraft, but you know, there was still something there because RuneScape always felt a little bit more like an Ultima Online kind of very slow. You know, you put in a lot of work there, incredibly slow game. But if you can reach those upper echelons of gameplay, you know, you can sort of make a name for yourself, crafting whatever it's going to be. But yeah, I think those games are designed. There's a persistence to the world. Is what I always talk about: persistence and progression. You give me those two things, and I'm already going to like your game. You give me something like Sea of Thieves, where there's no real crossover from day to day. You know, no real difference in my character, my ability to do anything. Counter-Strike Go, the same thing. You know, like competitive shooters and stuff, I just stopped playing them because I got the taste of something that I think the gaming industry has slowly been injecting, well, slowly should I say, rapidly injecting into games. And there's a psychology, a continued desire to come back. And they're very clever about putting in mechanics that lure you in, that give you a sense of getting somewhere, that carrot on a stick mentality, along with what they call the fear of missing out. And it's all very psychological these days, and I can see why. And then to be honest, I don't really care as long as the game's good. You know, I've been saying for a long time, I'd love to get back into an MMO. You know, if I could play this game with hundreds of other people in an ever-expanding MMO world, and I was constantly, you know, getting better, and I wouldn't touch another game. This is exactly what I'd be after, you know, if they could MMOize it. But yes, it's interesting stuff in it. You got new bags today, Alethian. Yeah, that's right, Alethian. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people don't get the grind. But, you know, if we were to ask ourselves, well, why do you enjoy hitting that for 2 hours? There's an explanation further down the line, isn't there? Because that 2 hours hitting rocks now enables me to go and take on that tier 5 quest. I've now got 300 rounds of 7.62 ammo, you know? Makes you feel like you've worked towards it, doesn't it? It's why I'm so against the trader in 7 days. Because it just feels like easy mode. If you choose it. Super Z, you like slow-paced games, really not into fast-paced full-action games, except... But yeah, it's interesting to say this, Super Z. I don't know if you've been around the last 2 days, mate. Bulletstorm is a game that I loved, and I hated it when I first picked it up. There we go, look. Actually, hang on, wasn't that another can? Wasn't that... No, hang on, I'm getting confused. Anyway, let's not worry about it, we've got a can. Yeah, Bulletstorm, I was talking yesterday or the day before, Super Z, about how when I first started playing Bulletstorm, I picked it up. And you know, Cliff Blazinski and Epic Games, People Can Fly, Polish developer, I do believe, at the time. And you got Cliffy and Epic Games behind it all, after all the hoo-ha. And top shot. And let me just see if you can actually get up this way, or if you actually have to clamber around. What was I going to say? Yeah, I picked up Bulletstorm. I think pretty much day one, Xbox 360, if I remember correctly, and started playing it. And I was playing it as a first-person shooter, Super Z, as you know, I'd expect to play. And I was, you know, aiming and trying to get a clean headshot, and still, this is terrible. This is the most awful game I've ever played. What were they thinking? And then it clicked, mate. Then it clicked that I was literally... There's only ever been 2 games I've played wrong. And Bulletstorm was the defining moment where I realised I actually completely misunderstood the game. And then I started kicking people into spikes, and as they bounce off them, lassoing them, flipping them into the air, rat-a-tat-tatting them with an SMG, shoving a grenade down their pants and kicking them off a cliff, and watching those numbers rocket, mate. It was insane how programmed I was as a gamer to just look down the sights of those weapons and simply play the way I'd always played other games. And Bulletstorm, it was just so different, wasn't it? Right, now, we are really near a nest. I'm just going to do one last tour, make sure I've definitely got rid of all those bloody sirens, because this is a literal death trap if we've missed anything. Well, we know we've checked the top of that. There was definitely nothing on the front of this checkpoint, was there? It's night time, so the horde's about to come out, isn't it? Oh, is my bike been knocked over? That would have been a bit of a problem, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's right, Finetto. There's none of those here, unfortunately. But yeah, you're right. So I used the one up here, Finetto, to destroy the nests. So I couldn't find another gas can, but. Go and check this one. I'm pretty sure it didn't have anything. Oh, the lights. I forgot to check the lights. That's what caught me last time, wasn't it? There was a bloody loudspeaker bang slapping one of the floodlight. You hear them? Go and punch it and see. Oh, shit. Damn, I did not realise they were, Oh, balls. We could go and, turn it on and see what happens and just run. And the only way for them to get in is through there. It's like going down to the water, doesn't it? This makes noise. I've got to run straight through there.
And we got green lights. Green lights are good. Power's off. Figures.
Oh, I didn't put the fuse in. Wow, we must have been right on their path. Jeez. That was lucky. Heart rate monitor linked to the screen. Yeah. I think you'd be as terrified as I would if we started monitoring that, mate. Is it supposed to be that high?
Oh, god damn it. Fuse blown.
Don't worry.
Now we're in business. I'll let you do it. There really better be something in here with all this trouble.
Pretty sure we are safe. Excellent. We made it. Similar, you get that? Sorry, Valiant. You loved RuneScape, played it for years back in the day, farming Dragon Bones for 99 prayer. Don't understand all the details there, but RuneScape.
Another narrow recorder. What happened here?
See this. You're not playing. How come it's not playing? Oh, it didn't play. Normally plays through the controller. I can hear someone outside. Right, what are we going to go with the focus? Are we going to go stamina? Health? What do you think? Stamina, health, focus? Oh, I just don't know where to go now. I think we've made a terrible mistake here.
Neuro injector.
They sound really close. Health, stamina, or focus? I think we've gone 2 health, 1 stamina, and 3 focus so far.
Well, I was feeling a little under the weather.
We've got to get out of here, mate. And it sounds like there's millions of them. Totally just knocked something over, didn't I? Oh, did we just take 2 down in 1? Oh, we did as well. 2 for the price of 1, mate. Don't knock that bike over. Don't knock that bike over. Got someone just behind me, haven't I? Shit, where is it? There, look. Okay, let's get out of here. Jesus. We did it. We got in. Tactically excellent. Oh, wow, that is slippy in the snow. Oh, Jesus, that's amazing. Hang on, where are we going? Is this even the way? We're going back. Shit, we haven't used a lot of ammo, have we? Herod's birthday. Deacon tracks down a Nero field research team. They actually show up in here. Go back. What's it? What's that? Let's see if I can figure this out. It's under the I remember section. So I remember. So if we go to I remember, we wanted to look at this yesterday, didn't we? So I remember's at the top. So we've got loads of these. If we click that. So bad way to go out. Beezer's right. So I'm thinking about heading back up to where Sarah died. I can't let it go. He's also right about riding north, away from here. Not look back, maybe. Maybe it's time. The night farewell burned. The night I lost Sarah. O'Brien was the soldier who took Sarah on the chopper. O'Brien, I'm sure of it. Now Nero shows up, 2 years later, out of nowhere, studying freaks. And they mention this guy by name, like he's still alive. O'Brien. How is he still alive? Beezer tells him not to come up here. Asked what good it's to do. I keep telling him I come up here to hunt freaks, nothing else. We both know it's a lie. I keep thinking about that night in farewell, and I put him on that chopper. I play it over and over in my head, but I couldn't have just left him there, Boozer I mean, to get out on his own, could I? I saw another Nero chopper just cruising by like it was nothing. 2 years, nothing. No airplanes, no radio calls, no shortwave, nothing. And now Nero's all over the wilderness, chasing down freaks like they're rounding up and tagging wildlife. I got one of their radios. If O'Brien's alive and out here, I'm going to find him and get some answers. I was thinking about the day I met Sarah. Her car had broken down. She needed a ride. We ran into some rednecks. She grabbed a gun from my saddlebag and shot it into the air. It was the first time she'd ever fired a gun. It scared the shit out of her. I think that's why I fell in love. She was so fearless. As much as she hated guns, anything to do with them, she wasn't going to just stand there and do nothing. O'Brien's alive. The son of a bitch is alive. He remembered that night in Farewell, the night I put Sarah on his chopper. They were diverted south so they weren't at that refugee camp when it was overrun. He doesn't know if she's alive. A lot of camps were overrun back then, and the stab wound, she'd lost so much blood. But O'Brien, he's going to look into it, see what he can do to find out. No, I'm not holding out hope that she's alive. Just want to know what happened to her. Like I said, Beezer's arm is messed up, and it's pretty much my fault. Maybe it's karma. Maybe if I'd forced him to get on the chopper with Sarah, none of this would have happened. When the refugee camp was overrun, he could have helped her. Got her out. I know I would have, if I'd been there. I should have been there. Beezer's not getting better. I can tell he's in pain. Though he hasn't said anything, I remembered this time that Sarah dragged me out on one of her field trips. We'd been dating a few months by then. She showed me how to pick lavender, told me it was used by pioneers to dress burn wounds. I don't know if it will help Beezer's arm, but I'll try anything at this point. That kid, Lisa, who I found in Marion Forks, reminded me a lot of Sarah's kid sister, Emma. The last time I saw Ems was in the hospital after the accident. She was so messed up. I could hardly tell it was her. She didn't say a word, just stared straight ahead. Sarah was losing it, but Ems was, I don't know, peaceful at the end? Anyway, Lisa reminds me a lot of Ems. Sarah would have liked her, I think. So now O'Brien's got me spying for him. The world blows up and Nero's keeping secrets from itself. What a bunch of crap. Doesn't matter. So long as he comes through, finds out what happened to Sarah that night, I'll do any damn thing he wants. They want to dissect freaks while they're alive? None of my business. The funny thing is, I bet Sarah would have been interested in all this biology bullshit that Nero is going on about. Morphology and proto-oncogenes. Oncogenes? Proto-oncogenes and all that shit. O'Brien says he's still working on getting me information on what happened to Sarah that night. Better be. Me and Boozer finally hit the road, but we didn't head north like we'd planned. I had to head south, to the Lost Lake camp. There wasn't anything else I could do. I'm no doctor, but I know blood poisoning when I see it. And Boozer's in bad shape. If he doesn't get help, he's going to die. I know Iron Mike's not going to be happy to see me, but like I said, I had no choice. Okay, so go back to that. Alright, they are actually really useful for catching up, actually. And also give you not necessarily extra bits that you might have missed in the dialogue, but it just sort of clarifies things, doesn't it? I kind of like that. Well, no, they said it was cancer related, but way more so. I mean, they you know, he said what like cancer. He says, well, yeah, but no. And, there's clearly something way more going on, isn't there? Was that a runner? Oh no. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. Not often I do that. Ooh. Take care, Alethian. Have a top day, mate. Thanks for joining us, bro.
Brian, I'm at one of your beacons, the one outside of Rogue Camp.
Drifter, St. John, copy that.
Why am I here?
I show, helo incoming to that location now. Be ready. O'Brien out.
That's why I'm here.
Twitch baby time. Enjoyed the time for sure.
St. John, they should have arrived at your location. Do you see them?
Yeah, kind of hard to miss. What do you need me to do?
Get close to the researcher. Remember, you have to stay in their proximity or I can't intercept their data.
I get it.
And this time, I need you to plant one of those trackers on their helo. Their chopper.
I know what a helo is, O'Brien. And you better have something for me.
I got someone I trust working on it. We'll know soon enough. Okay. We're ready to upload the data as soon as you're close. O'Brien out.
So what the hell are you boys doing here, huh?
I'm clear.
Figured you'd stop and
good
fill up at the old Peltro gas station.
All clear?
In case you didn't see, the sign says gas low. But nah, I'm guessing you guys don't got that problem, do you?
Goddamn rain.
Thank you very much, Alethian. Thank you very much. You get a little
Okay.
Grumbodian love child, mate.
Tracker on that chopper.
What time is it?
Come on, guys, just gotta clear out. Can't let them see me.
Go now.
Jesus, this is taking forever.
That's what's going to do this, yeah.
Got it. Brian, the tracker's set. You should be getting telemetry.
Wait, wasn't even my turn on the duty
Copy
list.
that. Hold.
You're always complaining.
Yes, we're reading it loud and clear. O'Brien out.
Yeah, you're welcome, O'Brien. Here he is.
2060. We now completed the survey of 24 nesting sites, including those at Marion Forks, Pioneer Cemetery, the Cascade Highway lumber site, the truck stop on the old Belknap Road. What was that called again?
Oh, Crazy Willies.
Yes, very rustic and touristy. Some things about the old world I don't miss. Crazy Willie's, south of the Belknap crater.
I got a question, Doc.
Sure, it's not like I'm busy or anything.
The nests. Why do they build them?
We don't know.
Why do they only build them in, buildings, structures, cabins, things like that?
We have a theory that
That was
We never see them where wild animals
So
build.
sorry.
In trees or out in the wilderness, only houses.
You finished?
Sorry.
The guys back at the lab have a theory. I'm sure when they're ready to talk about it, they'll come rushing down to the barracks to let you know.
Jesus. Just asking. I see things too, Wasn't always a crime.
Shit, am I getting around there? Otter! Oh no! I'm just gonna fail state. Oh goddamn! Come on! That's a bit annoying. Otter, thank you so much for the 9. Sorry, mate. I was paying so much attention listening to what they were saying. I'm so sorry, mate. Thank you very much for the Grumbodian love child, mate. You get to name it. Thanks, seriously, Otter. Thank you so much for the 9 months, man. That's awesome, dude. Oh, I still need to mark the chopper.
Jesus, this is taking forever. It's not too bad.
Right.
Here he
No
is.
2060. We've now completed the survey of 24 nesting sites, including those at Marion Forks, the Pioneer Cemetery, the Cascade Highway lumber site, the truck stop on the old Belknap Road. What was that called again?
Ah, Crazy Willies.
Yes, very rustic and touristy. Some things about the old world I don't miss. Crazy Willie's, south of the Belknap crater.
I got a question, Doc.
Sure, it's not like I'm busy or anything.
The 3rd?
Nests.
What happened to the other 2?
Why do they build them?
We don't know.
Why do they only build them in, buildings, structures, cabins, things like that?
We have a theory that
We never see them where wild animals would build them. In trees or out in the wilderness, only houses.
You finished?
Sorry.
The guys back at the lab have a theory. I'm sure when they're ready to talk about it, they'll come rushing down to the barracks to let you know.
Jesus. Just asking. I see things too, Wasn't always a crime,
Can I continue?
Sure.
South of Belknap crater. Some areas of the Belknap wilderness were not surveyed due to the proximity of nesting sites to human encampments. In particular, a large camp at...
Salome Hot Springs.
Yes. Salome. On Herod's birthday, she danced before them, whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. She said, "Give me the head of John the Baptist," and the king was struck sad. Quite the name for a resort.
No shit.
Some things about the old world I don't miss.
Upload complete. Yeah. The Bible? Now they're reciting Bible verses. That must be nice. Flying all over hell and gone and finding time to read. Jesus, O'Brien. Done. Okay, now I just gotta get the hell out of here before one of them spots me.
Alright, right. You've got me quite intrigued by this this tale now, Otterwall. So, this sounds like a piece of Grumbodian lore that I'm
I heard something.
not privy to, mate. On Nosberg, Fargles and Poofwater. The third.
How much longer do you think we got?
How the hell do I know? We'll bug out when the dock's finished.
Okay, quick look. Quite like those sections. Not normally a fan of the eavesdrop stuff, but they're actually done quite well. It's quite. It's a shame sometimes they've clearly put that outer boundary area just a little bit too tight on some areas. But I think once you know the mechanic, you kind of know which way you're supposed to go. It's just a case of figuring out that control, isn't it? Thank you very much, Otter. Seriously, mate. Thank you ever so much. That's a huge amount of support, mate. Huge amount. How you doing, President Camacho? How's things with you? Right, so seeds for the spring.
O'Brien. O'Brien, are you there?
I can't talk right now. I'll be on this channel later. Out.
O'Brien? Oh, god damn it. I'm getting tired of being your errand boy, O'Brien.
What have we got? What have we got? Return to the Hot Springs camp to speak to Tucker, which I quite fancy doing. Right out on the job for the Lost Lake, which is going to get us the new unlocks. Return to Copeland. I think we go and do those bounty hunter ones. Let's go and do... Which is the closest? Let's go and speak to Copeland. It's fuel. We're about halfway on fuel, but... Let's go. Yeah, because we can get free. No. Right. Go! Freaking Jesus balls! Oh my god, I don't even. Oh my god, I can see why.
Finally. Jesus.
Oh, they're coming to investigate. Saw a third dash round the left, and I'm not convinced there's not another wolf somewhere. Attach. Right, rule number one, get the bike up. Quite lucky they weren't actually runners, aren't I? I'm gonna have to look into the archives now, Otterwall. The Grumbodian archives to find out about the Poofwater family. Intrigue. It's in the other one. Good morning, Wentex. How are you doing, sir? How you doing, Des? I'm reckoning high ground. Tap, tap. I think I'll go. Let's have a little play with you. A little play with you. Definitely F creatures. Shit, there's another one. Didn't even see her. Jesus. Yeah, that's right. Wentex. What have you got on the go at the minute, mate? What games are you looking forward to? Are you a Borderlands fan, Wentex? Always interested to. You're a very articulate young man. What's did you see the reveal or anything? What you got planned? Anything anything different? I'm fixing a shower by the looks of it, mate. All the best laid plans completely shafted. Cad West, thank you very much. Oh my god, that's 2 years, dude. You get your epic new badge today, mate. Thank you so much, Cad West. Thank you for the 24 months of support, and thank you very much for the Twitch Prime as well. That is absolutely mind-boggling, mate. Thank you very, very much, Cad West. Seriously, dude. It's hard to think we've even been around that long, isn't it? 2 bloody years, mate. Thank you very much, Cad West. Thank you very, very much. Warfare? What's Warfare? I think I've forgotten that one. Or is that Get it? Are you going to wait until it's off the Epic launch, or are you Wentex? Yeah, I've been quite interested. If I get it, well, now that I've got other things to sort out, probably less chance. But I was actually hoping to have a sit down and maybe just treat myself to about an hour of Anno. You know, try and catch somebody who's right at the start of the game, probably a YouTuber who's never played it before. You know, just so I can sort of have a look at what the game's really about from a novice's perspective. Oh! Shit! Balls! Oh shit! Balls! Grubby! Oh, not good, sir. Not good. Not good at all.
Deke, we need him alive.
Alive? Oh, come on. No. Why?
Before he ran, he stole 2 bags of seed. Deke, we need those seeds.
Ah, shit.
We need to know where he sold them or stashed them.
You're making my day a lot more complicated. Okay, fine. I'll chase him down. Deacon out.
I did wonder if you meant Warframe, but I wasn't going to call you out on it, mate. When you said Warfare, I thought, oh, I wonder if that's a new one I've not heard of. For some reason, when you said Warfare, I was thinking, because you like BattleTech, didn't you? I thought it might be a new BattleTech game or something. You just want it next to your other Borderlands games. I know how you feel, mate. I'd have to say, luckily, Wentex, I am quite proud of myself, because it takes a lot for me. I have managed to make the break from Steam now. I now no longer will even think about having to buy Far Cry on Steam at you know, an increased price.
Let's take a look around.
I spent just didn't take me long. Just about an hour. You know, I got myself a cup of coffee and I made a little list of all the launchers that I needed to use. And I thought, well, where am I going to install all these? Where am I going to put them? And how am I going to separate them on my various SSDs and things in terms of the game installations? And I just set them all up with the installation paths where I want them all. And I have to say, it was quite liberating, to be honest. The number of times I've bought an Ubisoft game and had to spend like an extra £5 or £10 on it just for the privilege of launching it through Steam. But I do know what you mean, mate. I do know what you mean. I'm just glad I was able to make that mental switch, but it's kind of strange because you know, I do go to boot up a game like World War Z, and a number of times I've booted up Uplay to play World War Z and thought, no, that's not where that is. I'll get used to it over time, I suppose. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. What is this mission here? Hang on a sec. What's going on here? We've got the one to return to Capeland's camp, but I've got this mission just here. The seeds one, presumably. If I have to have it as the active quest. I don't think I do. Something really obvious. Oh, you need the functioning bike nearby. Ah, right. I was supposed to ride up with the bike, wasn't I? Probably a chase scene, isn't it? You reset what on Anno? I hear that a lot about people restarting, but isn't that part of the fun of the game? Yeah, got it, Juggler. Because I play so damn carefully, you see. Bike needs fuel. Don't you worry about that. Let's see fuel. Oh no, it's not fuel. No! God damn it, dude. How far are we? Let's go up there and then we'll come back. We've got enough to get up there, haven't we? The first time we've sort of seen the sort of gamey side of the mechanics, isn't it? It's not often well, I've never seen it say you need the bike before. I suppose normally I kind of go straight to where I'm going, but there I just thought, you know what? We've just got past that horde. I thought I'm going to get off the bike and just make... Oh no! Come on. Give me the lock on, mate. Slow down a bit, like, catch up. Down. Oh, those things. I swear to God. Way past the bloody petrol station. Oh, hang on, there's another station down here, look. Tell you what, let's go down on foot, see if we can actually bring the fuel back up. Is it? Where's the there's the petrol station, just there, look. Gotta start remembering to take that bloody suppressor off when I'm on the bike. I'm getting really bad with that. It's costing me a fortune. You're right, Blight Steel. How are you doing, mate? Yeah, do you? On behind me, isn't there? Okie dokie. Okie dokie. You're right, big Irish. How are you doing, mate? How's things? Another step closer to the new job, mate. Not seeing any gas cans. God damn, it's going to be one of those where I'm actually going to have to bring the bloody bike down, innit? Sod's law, that. Give me some gas, you knobbers. Ah! Let's just check. This is what I was going to do when I got knocked off the bike. You alright, potato? Good morning, sir. Good morning. Yeah, going to make certain. These are all the bodies from that big fight we had with Iron Mike. We never really had a chance to actually explore this town, did we? I mean, we have done to some degree, but yeah, it's all the bodies from that shootout with Mike are still here. This is that dude that was trying to get to our Mike when he was behind cover. Just managed to take him. That's actually freaking insane. These corpses are still here. Alright, we need to get out of here. We're gonna have to bring the bike down, aren't I? Sort of cleared the way, so we should be able to bring it down if there's enough fuel. Really? Because I'm going to have to bring it all the way down across the bridge area. So, oh, there's no way. There's just no way I'm getting the bike across there without attracting a ton of attention, mate. I have to clear the bridge out. Sorry, you've been playing some Dauntless. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the PC sort of Monster Hunter equivalent, right? Is that actually released now? I know I watched some of it while it was in the sort of, I'm guessing, beta stage. What does that mean? As in you'll be able that they're a little bit, you've got a little bit more leeway to watch it, or less leeway, Irish. Sorry, what was this one text? Did you happen to catch that YouTube video yesterday that shows a walkthrough of a level and it's teased as Left 4 Dead 3, only from the arm at the end as there is no text or anything on it, and it's from a crappy YouTube source, no name or anything, so it's fake of course, but people are treating it like the second coming across. Well, hang on, I'm confused one text. So is this somebody who's basically put out some troll fake suggesting suggesting Left 4 Dead 3. I was going to say Half-Life 3. No, I've not seen it. Link it in chat if you've got it. Feel free, mate. What, now the internet's up in arms, heralding it as Valve are the saviours of PC gaming, and Left 4 Dead 3 is about to be released? Yeah, right, whatever. Oh shit, the bloody what's it came off, didn't it? I've just suddenly realised. Oh shit. Oh, that's not good at all. chance, have I? That might be the get these ears because I wanna stay in the black in terms of resupplying the ammo. Take it has this got any 8% left? Better heal up in case we've got any newts down in town. God damn. God damn. They're suppressed, but suppressed does not mean silent, does it? And on top of that, we also know for a fact the dead freakers, they will smell them, won't they? So as soon as you've killed a few, if you hang around for too long, you will start migrating in to feed on them. Is there an ability that allows you to move silent at a faster speed? I haven't, to be honest, I haven't seen anything, mate. It doesn't mean there isn't no juggler. I haven't personally seen anything like that. Too late, mate. That went loud. It's attracting too many in. I'm going to end up getting swarmed. If I get over that bridge, that's what I do. There's at least one back at the petrol station. Alright, let's, I reckon we can try and sneak over. I'll have a look in a sec, Wentex, thanks for that. Have you seen all the stuff that's been coming out from people what's this new, I don't know if it's a Sony thing, Project something. I don't know what it is. I really haven't had a chance to look into it, but people have been like recreating other things in it. So someone's like recreated part of the PT. Someone's recreated an element of Minecraft in it. It's almost like a build your own game software, but it's the PlayStation 4 exclusively. And, you know, it's not meant to be a fully robust, all singing, all dancing Unreal Engine 4 or 5 equivalent, but it's enough for like people to do some pretty cool things with, apparently. Bike, I'm screwed because the bike's out of fuel now. There goes the bat phone as well. I can really do without. Let me get this. Right, we have a major issue. I'm gonna have to go. Family emergency. Let's see if we can get the hell out of this before. I will, however, all being well, be able to get back fairly quickly. So I just need to get a save in, don't I? Save near this. Oh, I just need to wheel it down there. That's all I need to do.
Should look for fuel.
This is a bit tense to be right now. Oh my god, look, you can actually see him topper up the tank. Look, right in the middle. All those Z's everywhere. I save the game or not? Oh, I think we did really well there. I really enjoyed that. I wonder if those ears will be there when we get back. Come on, you gotta let me save the game, surely, mate. Okay. Oh, and I need to save on the bloody clock here, mate. There we go. Right, I am going to literally save. Drop back down to the last one. Once we're right this side. Right, I have to go. I've got a major family crisis about to unfold. So I will be back, hopefully, within about 30 minutes. I can only apologise. All being well, I will be able to resolve everything over the course of a few phone calls and a couple of other things. But I do apologise. I'm very, very sorry. It's not often this happens. What time is it? It's 10 to 10. We should be back by about 20 past 10. If I'm not, I'll let you know on Discord. My sincerest of apologies. I shall return exactly where we left off here. I'll probably just leave it running. Although I think it turns off, actually. But I do apologise.